Decisions for Aaron Boone to make. Oh, in football too. What's going on, everybody? Hope y'all doing well. So we now know who's going to be playing in the NLCS and ALCS. The rosters are set for the Final Four of baseball. The New York Mets are playing the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Cleveland Guardians are facing the New York Yankees. I gave my predictions last night. If you haven't seen it, go take a look at it. And again, I'm going to continue to put out more stuff. So make sure that you're subscribed to this channel if you haven't done that yet. Okay, and hit your notifications. That way you never miss anything. And I thank you so much for it as well. I want to make sure you come along for the ride. Okay, your support really means the world. But today we'll talk about who's going to be on this ALCS roster. Okay, it's going to look a little different. Okay, and they've already interviewed Aaron Boone a couple times, and he's already said that they're going to either go from 11 pitchers to 12 or 13. So meaning they're going to have to move on from two guys. So there's going to be a little bit of manipulation, a little bit of modification of the roster. I want to go over that, and we'll see what we do. And again, you let me know what your thoughts are. You give me your thoughts and your prediction in the comments. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get right into it. Okay, again, Yankees ALCS roster with a few small changes. Now let's go over the starting lineup first. Gleyber Torres, and this could be, doesn't have to be the exact order, but Gleyber Torres at second, Juan Soto in right field, Aaron Judge in center field, Jazz Chisholm at third base, Giancarlo Stanton at the DH spot, Austin Wells at the dish, Alex Verdugo in left field, Anthony Volpe at shortstop, and either Osvaldo Cabrera or John Birdie at first base. Have you noticed a couple things? I got Jazz Chisholm swapped without Austin Wells. Maybe Austin Wells moved down to 6, might take a little bit of pressure off him. And I actually want to light a fire under Jazz Chisholm's butt. I want you to talk less with your mouth and more with your bat. That's why I'm putting you in the cleanup spot in between Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. That's what I'd like to see. Okay. And the bottom, okay, Anthony Volpe and Alex Verdugo has been coming around. Their bats are coming around. We need them to come around against the Cleveland Guardians. And Osvaldo Cabrera and John Birdie have played a more than credible first base. And I don't think they need to rush Anthony Rizzo back. Okay. The fact of the matter is, he might be able to take batting practice, but can you turn around on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball or a nasty off-speed pitch from Manuel Clase, right? And you need to, when your broken fingers are on your right hand, which is going to be the hand that you're going to be swinging the bat with and extending the arm with. I don't know. And I'm fine with Cabrera and Birdie at first base. I really, really am. Now, bench. Either whoever doesn't play between Birdie and Cabrera is on the bench. Jose Trevino, there's always an extra catcher on the bench. Trent Grisham, an outfielder, and Duke Ellis, another guy with some speed. Okay, and keep in mind, Osvaldo Cabrera can play multiple positions, infield and outfield. John Birdie can play multiple infield positions. So their versatility is key. That's why one of them is always going to be on the bench if they're not in the field. And Duke Ellis has that element of speed that the Yankees would need against a team like the Cleveland Guardians, or a pesky team. Okay, contact hitting team. Now that's the bench. You might see some notable names not being mentioned, and we'll get to that too. Okay. Next up, starting rotation: Garrett Cole, Luis Hill, Carlos Rodon, and Clark Schmidt. Aaron Boone's already said that Luis Hill will get a start in this series. Okay. Garrett Cole's slated to pitch game 2, so I don't really know who's going to start game 1 just yet, whether it's Hill, Rodon, or Schmidt. So we'll know probably today, okay, or tomorrow. I mean, NLCS starts today. The ALCS starts tomorrow. So we'll know everything we need to know in short time. So, but that's the 4-man starting rotation right there. Now, go to bullpen. Ian Hamilton, Jay Cousins, Tim Hill, Tim Meza, Clay Holmes, Luke Weaver, and Tommy Kahnle. This is the body of work right here that gave us 0 runs. I gave up 0 runs in 15-plus innings. They've done more than their job. They've done a fantastic job. Okay, even when the starting rotation did not give us much length the first time around before Garrett Cole was mourning the other day, right? So it's something to keep in mind. That's the bullpen. Now, if Aaron Boone adds 1 arm and it goes from 11 to 12, either Mark Leiter Jr. or Marcus Stroman, I think, is going to be in. Why? Because I think their ability to throw multiple innings is key. That doesn't really matter that Mark Leiter Jr., who's been better the last several weeks, he's a high strikeout guy. But this is not a high strikeout team, but it doesn't matter. His ability to throw multiple innings like Marcus Stroman will be key. Okay, and I do think one of them will be the arm, and this is also contingent upon Nestor Cortez not being ready enough to come back for the ALCS, and I think one of the things is contingent upon that. And he ramped it up a second time a couple days ago, so we'll see. But out will be Ben Rice. Why? I mean, I like him, but unfortunately, Anthony Rizzo is not going to be. I don't think he'll be back. But John Birdie and Oswaldo Cabrera have been more than credible enough at first base. And keep in mind, just because you're not on the roster doesn't mean you're not going to be in the dugout with the team. They're still going to be in the dugout with the team. So they're still going to get valuable learning experience no matter what. I like Ben Rice, but I think, right now I don't want to mess with what's already working. So I'm sticking with Birdie and Cabrera. Now, if Aaron Boone adds two arms, okay, it's either going to be Marcus Stroman or Nestor Cortez and Mark Leiter Jr. And out it's going to be Ben Rice, obviously, and I think Jason Dominguez is going to be out. Okay, I think they're going to stick with John Birdie, Duke Ellis as the speed element in the outfield. And they already have a veteran bat who plays the outfield on the bench in Trent Grisham. So I think it makes most sense if they add two arms to move to sit Ben Rice and Jason Dominguez. Again, they're still going to get valuable learning experience no matter what. Okay, but I do think these are the scenarios right here. If Aaron Boone, whether he adds one arm or whether he adds two arms, we don't know exactly what he's going to do just yet. I'll keep you updated no matter what. Okay, so once we get more news, and again, let me know what your thoughts are. Who do you think will be? Who do you think should be? And so on. Now, let's transition to Week 6 NFL football. Right now, the Jaguars are in Chicago facing the Chicago Bears. Right? They just started. The over-under on this one was 44.5 points. The Jaguars were 1.5 point favorite. I'm actually going to go with the Bears. They got something stirring over there, something brewing. I'm going to go with the Bears on the under. Okay? Then you get the Arizona Cardinals and Green Bay to face the Packers. The Packers are 5.5 point favorites. Over under on this is 47.5 points. I'm going to go with the Cardinals on this, on the over. Not much, but on the over. The Indianapolis Colts are in LA to face the Rams. The 2-3 Colts versus the 1-3. They're facing the Titans. They're in Tennessee to face the Titans. My bad. The Titans are a 2.5 point favorite. And the over on this is 43 points. So I'm going to go with the Titans, actually, on the under. The Texans, if Houston are 4-1, are going to be in New England to face the 1-4 Patriots. Yeah. Houston's a 6.5 point favorite. Over on this is 37.5. I'm also going with Houston on the under. I think New England's going to wind up with a high draft pick this year, which they'll probably use. I don't know. They might need to get at the top level quarterback, but maybe something for the young kid to play, Drake May to throw to next year. So we'll see. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in New Orleans to face the Saints. The Buccaneers are 3.5 point favorites. The over on this is 42 points. I'm going with the Saints, actually, on the over. The Cleveland Browns, 1-4 Browns, are in Philadelphia to face the 2-2 Eagles. Surprisingly, not stout Eagles right now. The Eagles are 8.5 point favorites, though. So the over on this is 42.5 points. I am going with the Eagles on the over. The upstart, surprising Washington Commanders, 4-1, are in Baltimore to face the 3-2 Ravens. Baltimore is a 6.5 point favorite. The over on this is 51.5 points. I'm going with Baltimore on the under. So this one, I'm not sure if the Washington Commanders are going to take. And then they get the LA Chargers are in Denver to face the Broncos. The Chargers are 3.5 point favorites. The Jim Harbaugh Chargers. The over on this is 35.5 points. I'm going with Chargers on the over. The Pittsburgh Steelers are in Las Vegas to face the Raiders. The Steelers are 3 point favorites. The over under on this is 36.5 points. I'm actually going to go with the Steelers on the over. The Detroit Lions are in Dallas to face the surprising 3-2 Cowboys. Detroit's actually a 3 point favorite, and the over under on this is 52.5 points. I'm going with the Detroit Lions on the under. Okay. Next up, we've got the Atlanta Falcons 3-2 in Carolina to face the Panthers, who are 1-4. The Falcons are 6 point favorites. Over under on this 46.5 points. I'm going with the Falcons on the under. And the Cincinnati Bengals, who are 1-4, are in MetLife to face the 2-3 Giants. Cincinnati is 3.5 point favorites. The over under on this is 47 points. I'm actually going to go with the Giants on the under here. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow, Monday Night Football, last game. The Buffalo Bills are in MetLife to face my Jets. The Bills, of course, are 2.5 point favorites. The over under on this is 41 points. I'm going to take the Bills on the over. I think there's going to be a little bit of chaos for a couple of weeks since the Jets have fired Robert Saleh, the head coach. It looks like Aaron Rodgers is running the show over there, and they've already taken calling capacity duties away from Hackett. So they have some things to figure out, and I think the Bills are going to capitalize on that. Would I hope the Jets win? Absolutely, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. But those are my picks for Week 6 football. Let me know what your thoughts are, and that's my roster projection for the Yankees. You definitely let me know what your thoughts are about that. Let's go, Yankees.